Hey, what's up everybody? More knives to show you guys, and I screwed around with this program and I had to go into the advanced settings. It does have something to where I can adjust the focus. As This computer is way faster than my other ones, and the autofocus for the camera still sucks. So when I want to show you guys close-ups, I'll just zoom in on it. Otherwise, this first knife, it's Taylor Cutlery, but it's also Elkhorn, which was one of the companies they partnered with. And wrote down the date here. It wasn't very long. Yeah, from what it said on the Terminator that runs Google now, 78 to 1980, they were partnered with this Elkhorn knife company. And I'm thinking that's why I cannot find this knife anywhere on the internet. I can find similar ones, but not an exact match. So if anybody has that information they can share with me to see how much this thing's worth, I'd be happy. But right now, it's old. It's either late 70s or an early 80s butterfly knife. And it's one that you look at it and it looks like the ones you see around nowadays, where it's just the really cheapy one where the handles are alloy and whatnot. Kind of like the way Bear Cutlery does with a lot of their knives on their cheaper butterfly knives, but really cheap, just the cheap China-made ones. But this one, I think it has steel handles. It kind of throws me. They're really, really chromed out nice. So I don't know if it's been sprayed with the chrome and it just happens to be on there thick enough to where it hasn't peeled off yet, or it's just very, very highly polished steel handles, but they're nice and heavy. I mean, for what it is, it's a well-made knife. Right down to the latch. Everything's pretty damn nice on it. So anyways, zoom in here. Like I say, it's nice and chromed out. It looks like it was done in a mold, but they're just nice heavy handles. It doesn't have that kind of light feeling like a lot of the alloy stuff that you see nowadays. So it feels like it's steel. And the other side just says it's got stamped 440 stainless. Then below that you can barely read Japan. Like I say, this other side just says Taylor Cutlery, and then right alongside that is a nice stamp of an elk head for Elkhorn Cutlery. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see some detail, hopefully. It's a little better. That's about as good as it's going to get. Otherwise, nice little butterfly knife. This one, definitely somebody had this as their carry around knife, and I'm gradually getting it better. It barely even picks up on the camera. There, kind of see on the blade there where it's got just light scratches. I'm just gradually getting that all removed. That side's worse. It was kind of like just all over the blade, like whoever sharpened it did a crap job, but they didn't destroy the blade, they just scratched it up. So fortunately I'm able to buff a lot of it out because it looked way worse. It's one I almost passed up on until I just kept thinking about that, because I've never seen a Taylor knife that had a logo on it. It was always just Taylor Seto or Taylor Cutlery or just Taylor. So if any of you guys have any information on this one, greatly appreciated. I'm just going to keep this on. Or just look, you guys can stare at my beard blurry, whatever. This is a nice one, and this one has been copied a lot. When I was finding the cheapy ones at the pawn shops and stuff, it was usually this type that they'd copy. So it kind of throws you. This is one to where if you see it at a pawn shop, definitely look at it, because it really is nice. Otherwise, this one's made by Cudeman. It just says Cudeman. I like that their logo is an elephant. Had no idea about that because I've never had a Cudeman butterfly knife. It just says Ross-free 420 stainless. There's one little scuff right in the middle. I'm probably going to kill this word Vertreg. Maybe Vertreg or maybe Vertreb. Almost looks like it's a B. And then Linder. So we can get the goddamn thing in the focus good. It's a little better. Not the greatest. Everything's got to be printed so damn small that you can see the elephant head there. Cool blade design. Very similar kind of blade design to like the Spyderco Spiderfly, where it's got that kind of a spear look to it. That's something I'll bring up too in this video. They had a Spiderfly clone there. There was actually one that was, I wouldn't say really nice, but nice enough to where it could fool you if you didn't know what to look for. And then this one was also one that got carried around, but it's still in really good shape. Another Gutmann here. And let's see. Can barely read where it says hand forged Philippines, and then 11/5/20 something. I can't quite make out the last number. If this one got carried around a lot, but it's still in really good shape. Just the blade is starting to show the patina on it because they used carbon steel. And it doesn't say balisong on the side of the blade. I don't know if it ever did. I don't see any sign on the blade where it said just balisong like my other ones. So you got me. Could be just wore off, but you can see it's got the patina on it. Or just the high carbon steel. It's still real pretty. Basically the same as the other two that I got. And then this one, I can find it in black and then with different handles online, but I'm having a hard time finding ones that are an exact match to this. It looks like the like when you're buying doorknobs or whatever for your home, and it's got that just paint that they use to make it look like aged brass, where it's like light and dark brass color. That's kind of how they did the handles on it. Otherwise it's nice and heavy. This one, he didn't have the bottom of the box. I just got the top, so cool enough. This is the Taylor Dragon Claw. It's funny on the picture that they show. Oh, if only they stuck with that blade design, it would have been cool, but I guess they got rid of that, or you got me. Because it has the name on the blade. Here's the top of the box. Say, cool blade design that they show there in the picture, but that's not an exact match to the blade style on the knife, other than it is Weehawk. It's got the same type of Weehawk style blade that they had on their manila folders. Otherwise, it's just got that faked out antique brass look. Otherwise, like I say, I found it in solid black. The blade's been painted black. And then some that don't have the skeletonized handles, just have like a wave pattern to it or whatever. Just a grip texture. And it just says... Yeah, this one says Taylor-Elk Surgical Japan. The other side doesn't say anything. Flips nice. I mean, even that they're painted handles, it flips nice. It's got a nice feel to it. So. And this one I picked up yesterday. I've been stopping every chance I get because he keeps bringing more out. So as long as I got the cash, man, I'm going to keep trying to grab knives from him. But I'm starting to go broke. So I'm just trying to get as many from him as I can because they're worth a lot more than he's selling them for. The other ones, they were having a sale going, so I can't really give exact numbers on what I paid for the knives because I get them all at once. I think it was like 20 or 25% off the price at this thrift store place. So 50, 60 bucks at most for the knives. Some of them a little cheaper, like these last ones, but the majority been around $50, $60, like the Cudemans and whatnot. I mean, not the Cudemans, but the these fuckers. My brain is going bye-bye. Otherwise, I just got this yesterday. It is in really good condition. And basically, this is one of those knives that you use to fuck with your friends and family. Like, back off, motherfucker! Or I'll do it! I'm gonna do it! You're making me do it! Bolly comb. This is what's funny because it's a comb. With war putty fur in it. I'll sell those on eBay later, man. They're worth something. $15. You only had $15 on this, man. It's still freaking handmade Filipino. I don't know why you had it so cheap. Just because it's a comb, but it's handmade Filipino. I'm thinking it's really lightweight. It's one to where you could kind of flip it. I'm trying to loosen it up. I've been putting oil on it just so I can play with it. Yeah, it's a little better. Little. Yeah, it's gradually breaking in. You got to really give it hard flips because I think everything but maybe the liners. I'm thinking the liners are steel, but really thin steel. In fact, very, very thin steel. And then it's got bone handle inserts there. But I think everything else, including the comb blade here, is aluminum. That's why it's got such a nice polish, but it's a bit light for flipping. But I consider this one like a practice one. Yeah, it's getting a little better. You just can't do it slow, like trying to do a drop catch. It's just a little too light, and yeah, you got to really get it just right to get the gravity going there. Just doesn't want to do it. Otherwise, freaking cool for $15, man. God, I don't even think I could buy one of the cheap-ass novelty switchblade combs at my novelty shop down the street for that price. But that's why I keep stopping there, man. He's giving me killer freaking deals. Okay, now for this one. Let's see, where was this made? Okay, yeah. This is one from Czech Republic. And I was frying my eyeballs trying to find an exact match to this one until I got on their website and just started checking out everything in their inventory. Anyways, this one, they do have kits that you can buy. So you basically just build the knife, where they just give you the kits and some wood scales. So you put it together, you put the stain on the wood, and just do whatever you want so you can make your own custom switchblade. I'm thinking that's what this was. And cool thing is, whoever made this decided to use actual stone for the scales. I'm hoping this knife will show up good because, man, in direct sunlight, it does have little streaks of crystal going through it. It is beautiful. But I'm pretty sure that's what this one is. It's a kit. Also, on the fact that the main pin for the blade has been ground down. All the other ones I was seeing, even their custom ones that they have on site, had the little ball top there. So, pretty sure this was a kit knife. I don't know how long ago it was put together. Like I say, this guy seems to have a lot of stuff from the 70s and 80s. So it could be they were making this kit for a long time. This company's been around for a very long time. They're a really old knife company out of Czech Republic. Otherwise, show it closed. Really cool spine there. I noticed on the kits, just the designs there in the spine, they have different ones on how they do the file work. Mainly on the blades, to where this one just does a little bit on the blade there where they did some file work. Like I say, man, whoever put this together, get the light to hit it. Stone handles. See just that white area there? It's just a little bit of quartz in the stone. Just white quartz. And a streak going across there. What you have from a distance, it looks like a crack, but no, that's just a streak of quartz going through it or whatever. But like I say, you get this out in direct sunlight, so you can get all the reflections off the rock. Oh, beautiful. Really quick. This one has lever lock. Flip it down to where it can't be pressed. They did that on purpose so it's safe to keep it in your pocket, so it won't accidentally go off and take out one of your freaking nads. One of your nads. And then because your friends suck, they'd all start calling you wing nut. Then you flip it up, give it another press to close it. Otherwise, like I say, man, really smooth. And on the blade, it just says Mikov stainless. So Mikov is the company, and the other side just says Czech Republic. And it looks like it's double edge, but it's false edge on top. And if you guys want to see some really pretty ones, they got their cheap ones that are just plastic for the scales, just different colors. And then they got their custom ones to where a lot of the ones that look like stone, it's resin type stuff they use, just multicolored resin. And man, some of them are just freaking beautiful. That's what I thought this was at first until I picked it up, because man, it's heavy. It's got some definite weight to it, because thick ass freaking scales there, so that's like holding a couple rocks. It's got some nice weight to it. So whoever put this one together, man, did a nice job with the kit. And He does have other switchblades. This one just popped for me because I collect rocks, so it just was too cool to pass up. But so far, most of the switchblades he has are the usual stiletto types, and those he seems to know as switchblades. They're up there. God, man, I don't even think he had a handful of them, other than this one that was under $100. This one, he had the price marked down. I can't remember, but good deal. The Wise. Yeah, I'm gonna call it quits here. Say, man, I'm gonna keep stopping at that place as long as he's bringing out knives and grab what I can, because man, he is really boosting my collection. This is just a dream to me, man, because I have never been able to find this many butterfly knives in 1 year. I'm lucky if I find one like every few years. They just don't turn up much for old 80s type butterfly knives, let alone 70s stuff like the Gutmans. I just don't see it. Usually the ones I see in my pawn shops here, as my pawn shop had a couple of them, they're just the cheap China-made knives that you would get novelty stores or whatever. They probably fall apart as soon as you start flipping them. I don't even find any new made stuff hardly. Oh, before I forget, anyways, yeah, the Spiderfly clone that I found, it was a China-made one, but usually when I've seen those, it's the sandwich type handles, so that the handles aren't even solid. This one, they actually had solid metal handles that were molded, and even had the little spring latch on it. I mean, everything on it was copied right down to the freaking thing on there to put it on your belt. But what threw it is the blade was thinner, obviously cheaper steel, but they had the blade shape right, all that stuff. Just cheaper metal, and all the screws were Phillips and felt really loose. My Spiderfly, that thing just flips smooth as butter. This one, you could tell there was no bearings or washers or anything in it. They just put the screws in and that was it. So pretty loose on the blade. And like I said, the spring latch on it had the little spring to make it look somewhat authentic, but when you close it up, a little bit too long. Just a tiny little bit to where you had to kind of squeeze it together and then let it go a little bit so it would catch. So it stuck out a little too much to where if you just push it shut, it would not catch like these do. So just not the best, but definitely one of those clones to where if you saw it online and didn't know what to look for, you'd think that it was a Spiderfly if they wanted to totally fake you out on it. Otherwise, at least it said made in China on the blade. That's the only thing it said. It didn't say if it was 440 stainless or anything. Just made in China. So, one to look out for. I saw it at first, and it, like I say, it fooled me, man. When I was walking up, like, holy shit. And then I saw the price, and it's like, oh, it's got to be a fake, because they only wanted $20 for it. And I passed it up because once I started playing with it, it was a cheapie. So, catch you later, guys. Have a good one.